Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a little bit of cooking in the kitchen. This is a requested video from one of my Tonettes who wanted to see me make the beefy noodles that I made for lunch, I think a couple weeks back in a vlog. So that's what we're gonna do today. I always like to burn candles while I'm cooking. So today's candle of the day is the lemon everyday essentials candle from Walmart. All right, so I'm starting with some oil heated in a pan, and then I add about a pound of ground beef. I like to use ground beef because I just find it more beefy than steak. I know steak is still like beef, but you guys probably know what I mean when I say that. It just gives it like a more beefy flavor. You don't want it to be like minced though, as if you're making pasta sauce. So the key is just to honestly leave this. Just let it cook. Don't mess with it too much. Just make sure you use a non-stick pan, and yeah, just let it cook. So gonna let that sear, almost like you're cooking a hamburger, so it kind of like sears together. So it's gonna let that sear, and then we'll come back to it in a bit. Right, so this has been going for about 5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and flip that bad boy and let it sear on the other side as well. So now that it's got a nice sear on it, you can kind of start breaking it up in chunks, because then it doesn't just turn into, you know, like completely minced meat. It kind of stays nice and chunky. So we're gonna break that up a bit, and then we're gonna season it. So we're gonna add our onions and garlic first. And then we're gonna season it. I'm gonna use a little bit of all-purpose seasoning, some black pepper. I don't measure anything, guys, unfortunately. I'm sorry. So I couldn't tell you. Some onion powder, some garlic powder, some chili powder, which I'm almost out of, and a little bit of chili, crushed chilies, just for some heat. And we're just going to continue to cook this until it's all the way cooked through, and you can break them down into smaller chunks at this point. You guys do often ask me for recipes though, like as in measurements, so maybe next month. This month I have, you know, quite a bit going on, but maybe next month what I'll do is I'll cook all of your favorite dishes by request and actually measure everything like before I put it in. And try to write everything down. That way I have actual measurements for you guys. So yeah, I'll try to maybe see if I can get that done next month. Okay, remind me if I forget. This looks delicious. It's nice and brown, and it's got some crispy burnty bits on it, which makes it extra beefy like I like it. So now that this is pretty much cooked through, we're gonna add some veggies. I've got some sliced cabbage here. We're gonna add that in and let that cook down. And then once that starts to soften and cook down, we add our shredded carrots. I just used a potato peeler to shred these. So I'm gonna give that a good mix. And then pretty much just leave it alone for a bit and let it cook down some more. While my veggies are cooking down, I'm gonna move on to my noodles, and I like to use the chow mein noodles. I just boil them for like maybe a minute and a half max. Like, you don't really wanna overcook these. So yeah, I'm just gonna put them in hot water pretty much for a minute, and then take them right out and add them to the pan. Okay, I've got my noodles boiling in some water with a little bit of oil just so they don't stick together. I've got my veggies and beef in here. I'm gonna add some soy sauce. This is why I didn't add salt, because I don't like to add salt and soy sauce. And I'm also gonna add some oyster sauce. Gonna mix this all together so that it gets all nice and saucy. And then I'm gonna strain my noodles and add them into this. So I just give that a good mix, and the last thing I like to do is add my spring onions or scallions, which I chop up, and sprinkle over the top for garnish and a little extra flavor. Ta-da! Super quick, easy meal. That took me like 20 minutes. The longest part is just chopping the vegetables and maybe cooking the ground beef. Super tasty, beefy noodles. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.